your heart, but show others grace. Looking in the mirror, what do I see? A reflection of dreams waiting patiently. Am I scared of the battle or just afraid to try? This heart is a warrior and it's time to fly. How long are you gonna wait? Don't you hear the call? The whispers of potential, you can have it all. Be strict with your heart, but show others grace. On this path of discovery, you'll find your place. In the silence of the moment,
Conheça o
where
Wix
hope
Studio,
meets
a plataforma
despair.
para
We may feel the weight of
agências e
all
empresas.
the dreams we
Transforme.
bear. But the fears we hold on to, they fade when we dare to step into the light, embrace the open air. How long are you gonna wait? Don't you hear the call? The whispers of potential, you can have it all. Be strict with your heart, but show others grace. On this path of discovery, you'll find your place. We're more often frightened than we ever are hurt. But imagine the freedom when you push through the dirt. That suffering's an illusion, a trick of the mind. Step out of the shadows, leave the doubt behind. How long are you gonna wait? Don't you hear the call? The whispers of potential, you can have it all. Be strict with your heart, but show others grace. On this path of discovery, you'll find your place. So breathe in the moment, let your spirit soar. With every step you're taking, you'll knock down the door. Demand the very best, let your true self shine bright. Life is your canvas, your work of light. How long are you gonna wait? Don't you hear the call? The whispers of potential, you can have it all. Be strict with your heart, but show others grace. On this path of discovery, you'll find your place. More often frightened than we ever are hurt. But imagine the freedom when you push through the dirt. That suffering's an illusion, a trick of the mind. Step out of the shadows, leave the doubt behind.
All right. Happy Sunday, everyone. I have played you a good song. Welcome. We will have a panel eventually. We will just hang out for a while, as today is the email masters night, as last Sunday of the month. We will see if any members available or not. We will have a little short screen in here. And of course, we will be hanging out on the room as well. I'm already on some of them. And of course, I also kind of send you DM for to comment. If you are not about, it's okay. If you are about, I appreciate you. And I hope we'll have a few good moments and really to kind of see some of the shifts happening on email and talk about email and anything else related to email. and we will have a good discussion, a little bit and a little bit informative session. Well as obviously we want to hear from our members, see what's going on, and how is a whole month kind of happened and what is happening in their end, and as well as of course open to the Q&A, well as continue Q&A and good open discussion after that, either in one of the hangout rooms or breakaway rooms, that you name it. And I hope you will enjoy the session. And I'm just waiting, and I have a Barbara waiting in the backstage. Will join us just a minute. Thank you so much, Barbara. I will get to you just a second. And of course, we will see if we are actually streaming to YouTube or not. Unfortunately, StreamYard will not really allow me to connect it to a LinkedIn too. So we got just YouTube. But we are also live in many other rooms, and you can join us in Hangout room. It is as always is on, and do not worry. We like to see you in there and have a conversation, please. Um, now and then, we will be able to add you in, and of course, we are worried now and then that internet drops off in my end and your end, but do not worry, always somebody else there, and the rooms are basically under your control. All right, let me go back on StreamYard, and I will change my screen here for a second. We got rid of the song, and we're going to just leave my dashboard on, and then we will have a chat. Of course, I'm going to stop sharing my dashboard, and just a second, and we will have a Barbara coming in. Um, Let me see. We have another knock somewhere. Video quality. All right, Doug, I'll add you in. And so you joined in the two devices. Okay, that's cool. Guys, do not worry about the UI signal thing. That is kind of a little bit false alarm. It's just a little bit bug that is happen when we switch the server off. We will delete that. And there's also sometimes audio maybe not reconnect. Please just go back and come out. Should connect, and that's the kind of to just like let you guys know. And all right, let me stop my presentation on here on YouTube, and we will be today obviously on cam, off cam, guys. It's totally up to members. You can be on cam or off cam. That is totally up to you. But we will definitely be on Audible and on YouTube. And of course, as you know, this monthly EPs are pretty amazing. Really, we have shared so much good information with each other, and as well as just in general public. And here we go. Let me add Barbara to backstage, and we will wait see if Doug's get in and Chris get in, or Tom, Joe, any one of you. Whoever I send the link, you should be able to get in. And if you didn't get that link, please ask me in one of the rooms. I will send it to you on LinkedIn, on message, or on Telegram, or on WhatsApp. You name it, and we will send that to you. And that being said, welcome, Barbara. And I think we are live on YouTube together, just me and you.
Excellent.
How are you? Happy Sunday.
Oh, I am actually doing pretty darn good. I'm just been zooming along in a good way this time, and I am happy with the achievements I've made today. So life is good.
Good to hear it. Good to hear it. Yeah, like I'm just watching in the backstage, see if any other members join in.
Sure.
But me and you are here, and that
Hmm.
is great, great news. So that being said, how is your month gone and overall with stuff?
Oh, excellent, excellent. Very happy with the way things have been working out, especially as other providers like cough, cough, AWeber, cough, cough, managed to increase their billing rates anywhere from 80% to 550%, well, 450%. And yes, I was the one who got the 450% raise. I've been moving more of my emailing over here, and it's just working out great. I am just a very happy camper on it.
Great news, great news. Yeah, I think like quite a few people are actually here. Obviously, like as you know, like they use all multiple system, including like Coffee Web or someone else. But generally, it's like that's the big shift happening. I've seen that as we predicted that's going to happen, right? Last
Mhm.
basically 2.5 years we've been talking about it, and it's now eventually happened. And then
Oh, yeah.
and
It happened
something
big
else
time.
even top of that happening,
Mhm.
which is we will talk about it a little bit into the stream, is about really the zero click policies that Google implemented and everyone else is implementing. And
Yeah, that's
that is
been
very, very big for
character
us.
building.
Yeah, and it's very, very big character building and it's very, very big news actually for email as overall, even
Mhm.
include that's why they already increased that price to lock people in anyway.
Yep.
So because they know it's going to be one of the most on demand, doesn't matter what they charge right now. If you're depending on them, you're stuck.
Yep. Yep.
And that
Totally
is
true.
kind of like really where we are at in the industry. I think is amazing things going to happen really this year within the email industry as a whole,
Mhm.
and it's just incredible opportunity really for system like us. And as you see now, you've been in long enough. Let's say the physical time wise, the
Yep.
actual time passed.
Mhm.
Let's say the waters passed under the bridge, so to speak.
Mhm.
With a system uh, to handle this kind of obviously changes happening in industry, we see it and we are part of it, right? And happening to us,
Right.
and having a system like this backing you up.
Oh, it's priceless, you know? Because no matter when you need to create a new list from which to mail, or whenever you want to send your subscribers to an additionally more complex automations, you can do it. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm also really happy for myself, actually, like user point of view,
Mm-hmm.
is in a sense of really the flexibility that allows you, okay, let me research 10 companies in the world that I can reach out to
Right. Mm-hmm.
and go and grab the kind of information which is freely available on their website. It's
Yep.
not about matter harassing these people or anything. You just basically send them one email, introduce yourself. Hey, I actually done a little bit of research on you,
Yep.
and I think what I do it will fit kind of to your glove, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and check me out if that's the case.
Agreed.
You have no mic, tried everything I cannot think of. Tried the I don't know why you don't have no mic. We all our microphone, but if you want to come into the other room,
Are you
the
talking to
link
me?
is just Doug says on the chat.
I don't have a mic.
He says he doesn't have a mic. Would you like me to send you mine?
Yeah, Doug had mentioned that he was
You
having
have
some
an
issues
issue
with
to
that.
connect audible audio to the meets. That's what's strange. Mine's working.
Well,
Um,
it
I don't
likes
know
you.
why. If it's not just restart your computer, but really update your sound driver, because Microsoft kind of did a ding dong,
Did you say the word
and
ding dong?
Microsoft just internal security systems
Mm-hmm.
keep blocking everything, change everything because they're preparing and Windows 10 and they implementing some of that stuff to make the system move to 11, and lots of people not really compatible with 11, so lots of PCs having issues just with next update basically, and
Mm-hmm.
this is what's going on. So what I did, I could tell you privately on the room just a moment. Really, I can tell you over that because it's a bit kind of like not the place in the public say that.
Mm-hmm.
But privately, I can tell you what I did within the system that I'm running currently in order really to protect myself, one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and also really make the systems that really doesn't get affected by all this new injection preparation, especially when you're running Windows 10 to become unstable.
Mm.
And that is big issue right now is going on all the time with every update that you get few hours.
Mm-hmm.
It just keep breaking something out, so they have a little bit of issue.
Oh, it has to
But
break
on the
it.
private rooms, I also will kind of tell you something else
Mm.
that I think important you guys should know and what's going on, and we
Okay.
will talk that in privately in the other side. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, we will have some Q&A and stuff happening afterwards. You have a Windows 10 installed. I'm in the Chrome. Yeah, you should be able to restart an audio when connected when it's restarted. So what that means is literally you need to update. You go to the system device and you go to the audio and you delete it and then you restart. And what Windows will do will reboot it with new audio elements and should work. What happens to me is if you run in different graphic cards and it also suppresses those different cards because it directs to the Windows sound, that's what's going on. I
Mm.
got you. I had that same issue yesterday and the day before myself. As me and Chris, we get in and out of the room would not really kind of allow us connect. And then I'm just taking my headset off. Normal mic works on the laptop,
Mm-hmm.
which is strange. So that is what's definitely going on with Microsoft installed systems.
Character building.
As you know, they have to fix huge amount of loop stuff when that blue screen happened thing, right?
Yep.
So there's lots of things that definitely they injecting into those security stuff, and as you all know, all the Western infrastructure under attack constantly from
Mm-hmm.
cyber point of view. So they try to do the best to patch things. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I highly recommend. Uh, just don't do very everyday update things on your system setting, and like update it every 3 days instead of every day. That's what they're pushing in. You should have
Mm-hmm.
some stability that way, and hopefully you can get in. Gonna yeah, just restart and we'll hang out anyway. Doug will wait for you. No worries.
Yep.
Uh, I think if uh, I'm not sharing, but if I am going to one of the rooms and I will do my audio and do my audio, see if
Mm-hmm.
you can hear me, Barbara, in ZTM room.
Hold on. Let me go back there. I am in the ZTM room,
All
and I
right.
should be
Can
able
you
to hear
hear me
you.
audio? Can you hear my audio there?
I don't know if I'm hearing it from your screen or from the StreamYard.
1 second. I'm going to mute myself in StreamYard.
Okay.
So I'm just going to talk in that room, see if you can hear me in the room, right?
Okay.
Uh,
Nope. I don't hear anybody. No, no, no. No hearing. The case of the Barbara who cannot hear anything. 'Twas a sad summer morning when Barbara realized she could not hear anything. Oh, woe is me, said Barbara. Please, Evan, please come and rescue me from the fact I cannot hear anything. If
all
I
right.
asked.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. I was giving a soliloquy about how I
So
couldn't
yeah, let me
hear you.
actually check that. Let me check that. Just a
Oh, I
minute.
can go back to my soliloquy. Woe is me, as I cannot hear anybody.
Well, now I think we can hear each other. I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay, that's good.
Uh, if Doug is in the StreamYard, I think we can hear him. Come to StreamYard, so just leave the room for now. And it should be working. And let me also just check. I'm just checking in my end, see if we can fix the audio on the server. Oh, I see what's going on, guys.
Oh,
Um, Actually, some update happening, upgrade happening. We're making some new bridges that so we can stream in different places on the platform. So for a while, We might have an issue, feed issues, because of the camera as well as audio is
Mm-hmm.
being tuned and routed into new way so that everybody can be able to stream in other places.
Ah,
So that's the what's going on the meet rooms.
okay.
So just be patient. That will be happening very very soon.
Patience is my middle name.
So, but we know the UI is not shut down and is still kind of accessible. It's just audios and different things is being routed in different ways. So that's what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not really connected to the main UI yet. So we just kind of tuning back in to the different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So that will happen. Sorry, dog. Maybe is the actually meet room, because right now me and Barbara on the StreamYard we stream it to YouTube's no problem. We see to that for sure. But if you restart, we tested it's actually not audio in me and Barbara on the room, so that's what's going on. Now we know the issue.
Mm.
So long as we know the issue, fix is always very close by. So do not worry. So that being said, as it is Masters EP, let's talk a
Mm-hmm.
little bit about what we are talking earlier.
Okay.
So, like on real thing of stuff, the price increase, right,
Mm.
of the other basically providers.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to affect in a sense of really wider scale, especially when people are kind of like committed as well as obviously invested in as kind of yourself within the email, especially all those platforms over the years
Oh,
everyone's
I
used.
can happily answer that because with what the current parameters are that were given to me by an emailing service that will not be named but might start with A,
Mhm.
is I'm able to mail my list once every 2.8 days. Now, if you're a marketer, mailing your list once every 2.8 days is not a good thing at all. It made me very unhappy. So that means now I'm used to mailing 2, 3 times a day, and I
Right.
have been cut off at my kneecaps, which is not a very fun thing to be. So using no limit emails is just a lifesaver as far as moving uh, almost all of one's operations over to this platform. And once you get used to the way it is set up, creating new lists, creating new sequences, creating anything you want, it's a lot easier than one would think. So I am quite happy with it.
Yeah, I think it's working similar way for me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like multi-list managing, also just bringing data from different places
Mm-hmm.
and having a really control center that you can like literally tune into the exact time you want
Mm-hmm.
and is when you want.
Right.
And that has been such a really great change last 4.5 years myself using it, just not just testing it,
Mm-hmm.
but then also obviously the testing side of it, as you know, is really constant, is daily. It's not one day test.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
that is to kind of showcase really stability and sustainability within the whole ecosystem of things.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing is like everything's separate. Mine could break, yours doesn't. Uh,
Right.
and that is also another really big advantage, because then you know no technical stuff needed. Everything's been taken care of. All you have to do is really take care of the data and the content,
Correct.
and that is huge, right?
Very much
Uh,
so.
so and then obviously when it comes to the data and content itself, it's becoming so expensive and unstable, sustainable with the pricing of the others.
Mm-hmm.
And having something that actually price locked on is not being changed last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yes.
important part. Like literally, like I mean, that itself, I think, is just insane. Like, really, that should not happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are also like any other company in the world or any business that operates. We also should increase our prices. But the way the whole ecosystem is designed
Mm-hmm.
is not about initial price of the system.
Right.
Is about initial really like ability. What system gives the other for that price never change. Idea was really like, if I have a diamond,
Mm-hmm.
and diamond should keep gain a good value for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
As time progress. Oh, especially if I have a diamond that is really good quality, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to wait that long to gain it that diamond quality price, right?
Right.
And that's the idea really within the price infrastructure of really no limit emails. Obviously, the whole idea is not make it that costing user in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, whole of industry going the other direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we are going totally opposite direction. They try to push the price of this communication line up and up so nobody can afford. We going back and back and back so everybody can really afford,
Right.
which is right, kind of like really what we call it really conscious capitalism,
Mm-hmm.
and share resources and share basically kind of, if this generates for us, it should generate for everybody that is part of it, by two ways. Like, obviously, like one way inviting people and the other way is just using all the available tools
Mm-hmm.
to utilize good data, get more connections, and gain more basically like conversation happening, without this price increase on us all the time. I'm
Yeah.
really surprised myself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
as you know, everybody says not really impossible. This is what we're doing is crazy. This like really, but
Well, you
we
are
already,
crazy.
yeah, like we say, okay, if you can't really do it, what's the point having in technology?
Mm-hmm.
If
Yep.
individually we cannot really reach out to the whole world as we need it, what's the point having it? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, and that sense of it stuff, I think all of you, I don't know, you guys are really kind of like in the need,
Yep.
you guys, the purpose of we all together as a group really
Mm-hmm.
democratized a communication
Yeah.
on the internet, like, as you know, with live rooms and everything else.
I think
uh,
you're right on that.
so it's like we now giving access with really millions of people to talk freely online for really unlimited amount of hours, compared
Mm-hmm.
to another, again, part of that live feed communication of the world, which is they keep putting prices up and restricting people for less and less time.
Yeah.
And that is another thing. Like, what they doing is we're not doing the exact same thing because they collecting data on everybody,
Right.
and they don't have a big enough server infrastructure, so they constantly keep spending money to make a bigger and bigger servers.
Mm-hmm.
And in our cases, we don't need to have a bigger and bigger servers because we don't collect any data. There is no junk being collected on the internet, so to speak.
Right.
And they collecting junk on the internet, and everybody else is keep paying for that price. And we're reversing that. So there's no junk being collected on the internet, so systems are more clean and more sufficient.
Yep.
And well, it's really zero price. And we're proving to the world now, literally, you don't have to spend that much of a money, run really decent business under our own control, uh,
Mm-hmm.
without hassle of all the take, if it's going to break, if it's going to, when it's going to be fixed, all this issues being taken care of for us.
Right.
And what do you think so far, actually, our work and the teams, what are we delivering?
I would say that you're probably an advanced level of human being in that you don't need to sleep. You work nonstop. It's kind of exhausting to watch you. And whenever any of us need any assistance, it's not like no matter what time, morning, noon, or night, you're always there. So when you ask about what are like the differences of what you've achieved, what we have achieved working together, is that you provide you provide you have a question, I have an answer, and if I don't have an answer, I'll get back to you with an answer within generally an hour, if that. So you provide the ability for us to go on our merry way and consider ideas that normal sane people never think of, because normal sane people are still used to the legacy emailing systems. And so we're able to go above and beyond what people would normally think are possible. Did that answer your question, or did I just wander off into the
Yeah, I
merry
think
beyond?
I think you nailed it, to be honest. Like, I think, like, as a user myself too,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like investing real time, right? Is That's really what's matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because the real time and human real connection, just like me and you know, is the most valuable thing.
Right.
And enabling us to do that, I think, is really kind of like insanely amazing achievement, that
Mm-hmm.
we could be the model for kind of a lot of people.
Yes.
The way how business operate, the way how can this technological world empower the individual?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
it's been the ways that empower me. It's just literally like you have magical kind of hands, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't get tired doing something that is good. That's the thing I try to say.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
Yeah.
why really, like, I am always available. Only time I'm not available as a human being, I also need, like, a little kind of like cat naps here and there.
Never.
So I still need somebody come up with some good sleep pill. Like, you just take one pill really for 100 years, you don't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You just do the good things that you love. I
Yeah.
think genuinely looking at it, really what we done, I think, is revolutionary in the sense of what we had in legacy side of stuff. That,
Mm-hmm.
yes, the legacy side stuff, we're not against legacy stuff. If they improve like us, give empower individual in a sense of really valuing the people
Mm-hmm.
of the world, and they also can improve stuff. And this whole idea is really, can we improve the ecosystem that is like a sea full of plastic?
Mm-hmm.
And we try to really like kind of do that. And one of them is really like have a just individual be able to have a power
Mm-hmm.
securely to talk to someone else without of, I don't know, without the father being there or mother being there. Let's say I'm a teenager
Mm-hmm.
and I want to speak to my teenage friend
Mm-hmm.
without somebody eavesdropping on my conversation. Let's say you are an important person of the world, you are Donald Trump, let's say, and you want to speak to somebody else important in the world. Every communication out there is all being kind of compromised.
Right.
And we try to also kind of like bring to the public attention, hey, there is actually something more simple, secure out there, and doesn't really have to even cost you a single cent to actually use it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yes.
just revolutionary, really. Like, nobody else ever thought even possible, because everybody else thinking is just, oh, if I do it, if it doesn't make money, it's going to go bust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we changed that, right? And we proved that, like, literally last 8 years I personally been using the tool,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously last almost a year and a bit probably you guys using it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been solid as really as can be, as you know. Now and then obviously is live technology, we are going to have glitches because updates and upgrades, and system securities change, and password changing, capture changing, and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we see it, what happens really next 12 months is going to be one of the most exciting year for the email side,
I think so.
and especially systems that design like ours that really individual being empowered by it. Is about really about, can we make a 90-year-old 100-year-old person, well as 15 or 16-year-old person that is legally able to do business in the world
Mm-hmm.
and do this kind of thing within their own power and
Mm.
lift the borders around the world. I wish we had all that power, but generally in the
Yep.
internet, we try to do that with what we are doing. As you know, you have a power to reach more people than ever before. I have. Everyone else who has really no limit email system has.
Mm-hmm.
And we are open to whole world experience. It is not about us here to make money today with it stuff. It's about really, even if we make money, can we genuinely share with our associates, openly,
Agreed.
transparently. All everyone can look and check. No
And
change.
support each other.
Yes, Doug, can you go to the just that StreamYard link? I send it to you in LinkedIn, and you can come in.
Yep, I saw it in StreamYard.
Yeah, and you come to the StreamYard, you be good. And right now, I also don't see it in like YouTube either because I'm not there.
How dare you?
Sorry, Doug.
No,
Come
that
to
was
the yeah. Sorry, Doug. We are messing you about.
I'll just
Especially
blame
on
Evan
audio.
for it. Works for
Yeah,
me.
please next time beat me when I'm in Canada.
I will be happily to do that.
Make sure you feed me pizza before though.
Oh, pizza's very good.
Yeah, so Risley, your own personal experience, right? What's going on in the world of email? I think is important for people that just come and join us on this live stream. Who is this people? What we talking about? We are real people, and I have one of the world's most experienced coaches with me, and Barbara is being utilizing and using no-limit emails with the systems that we set up, but generally the system was not like any other system. It was challenge system.
Yep.
uh, Tell us a little bit about that. What was your experience, please, like with a challenge? How do you describe it?
You mean with the challenge, the 1 to 30 challenge, or getting used to the interface compared to legacy media?
Well, first, let's tackle the interface and stuff so people kind of get a little bit picture.
Right. The interface is slightly different than your traditional legacy media in that the way that one creates the emails is with the drag and drop and such of the way to add specific stylings has a somewhat different way than we're used to in legacy media. But that is basically the only thing that made me say, whoa, let me just take some time and look through this. And when I did have a question, I did ask Evan, and the answer was, wow, that was kind of sort of obvious. I probably should have seen that myself. So I would say that the learning curve for me personally was pretty smooth. Pretty happy with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the other part, actually, like the challenge itself.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Challenge
you
yourself.
have you actually kind of imagined that something like that was kind of even doable?
No, because in the challenge itself, I believe we have the cleaned emails that we were basically encouraged to mail and build up, warming up our own IP and learning how to create other emails that would focus on other aspects of our business, which for me, that was gold, truly. And every day since we had our colleagues also there, other people are learning at the same time, same rate, and it was wonderful. It was a community where we could all share the smart things we did, the dumb things we did, and yes, I did manage to make a few character building opportunities for new gray hair, but it all worked out. It all worked out in the end. So yeah, definitely happy and worthwhile.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, like I personally, when we did the kind of first ones,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously the format was a bit different, struggle was a little bit different, so to speak. The workload was a bit different, but the second ones they got just better, and third ones got even better,
Yes.
and fourth round even got more better. To be honest, it's got
Mm-hmm.
everything smoother, and volumes like just gone crazy high.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and obviously, whole idea was literally to build that IP and build that kind of really warm up, so the
Yes.
system actually openly can talk to the whole rest of the internet, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Legally, obviously, everything kind of like set up, authentication wise. A legitimate communication line from one person goes to the many. uh,
Mm-hmm.
and or from one business to many businesses. If you look at it really, if you're operating .com as business, is not yourself.
Right.
And that business has a right in the world of commerce to talk to other businesses or
Mm-hmm.
acquire other kind of business in a sense of legal sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been absolutely amazing asset building for you guys.
Yes.
Uh, and not just getting away from the legacy, but actually building asset that's belong to you and you operate
Yes. Yes. And
with very tiny, minimal, really almost zero, really
yep.
overcharge or charge at all. And that itself is a game changing, I think, for me personally, anyhow. I don't know if
Yep.
it feels
It
same for
was
you
for
or not.
me. Mm-hmm.
All right, now we have Mr. Dog. Dog
We
is in the
do.
room. Hopefully your audio works. And mute yourself if you can speak, sir. You're
I could
not.
imitate Doug.
Oh yeah, he's trying, but it could be his audio also not just working.
I believe in him.
Uh, yeah, like try to actually don't have no headset, just use system sound, see if you can connect. If you are in the audio, just sometimes also pull when you pull in the audio jack out or USB out, it mutes your system sound. So as your actual audio system sounds on the mixer side. Anyway, it's technology. As you can see, even streamers not allowing Doug to speak. They have something against you, Doug.
No, no, Doug is the best.
Is
Ah,
Oh
no,
my
it's good.
gosh, there he is.
okay. That's the mic on the laptop.
That's
Mm-hmm.
good. Yeah, mic on the laptop is working. So something to do with your audio driver with headset.
Yeah. I've been fighting with this for 2 hours.
Right.
Glad to be
I am
here.
actually using the headset. Mine headset seems working okay.
But your old headset had a USB issue.
Yeah,
Like the
my
clip.
whole system actually has USB port issues. One of them is just totally broken, and then now and then, if you just shake the table, it goes. I'm low tech as possible.
Low tech. The man who's probably sent more emails than any other
Mm.
single man in the world
Yep.
calls himself low
Sorry,
tech.
sir. It's not me sending the emails, it's the server.
That's true. But you're the one that hit send, send, send.
Yes, sir. That's the whole idea. So welcome to the chat. If hopefully you heard most of the conversation.
I heard, bits and pieces of it. Of course, when the computer was down, it didn't want to come back up. So there's always that.
So let's reverse the conversation and going back to the same question I was asking Bob.
Okay.
Yo.
And basically, like, what is your experience been, sir, so far with the challenges with the interface itself, and well as really overall human experience, like with us
Me
as
or Doug?
human as with the tool interface with the tools.
Yeah, I think
Me.
he's talking to me.
Good. Go for it.
The, the interface on Montic 4 was pretty well straightforward once you got used to where things were. And if you actually followed direction, which I noticed a lot of people didn't do, but I spent 30 plus years as a medical lab technologist. I wrote SOPs, standard operating procedures, all those things. I know how to follow directions. I know how to follow procedures. So once we figured that you made a segment, loaded a segment, that's how you got your contacts in. Rather than putting contacts in first, we put segments in first.
Right.
Then built an email, which wasn't under email on the menu. It was under channels. Once we found the email and built an email and got used to a bit of an odd builder. Once we got used to the builder and we could modify our emails to suit us. It was all good. You shushing your dogs?
Yeah, I'm talking to my moose. Has a bad, seems to be having a bad nightmare. So
Oh
I'm
no.
shushing him.
I thought you were shushing me, and it's okay.
No, you're brilliant.
I do
I
take
would never
direction.
do that. Somebody as
Anyway,
brilliant as you, never.
and then to find out that we could actually drop a website in to an email and then take away what we didn't want, keep what we did want, use it as a template, and build an email that looked like a website. I mean, that was just amazing. And then to put video in, to actually put, well, we started, I believe it was, with animated GIFs of Buster Keaton. And I made a bunch of animated GIFs with from Buster Keaton movie. And we put those in and they worked. And then we inserted videos and they worked. I mean, it was amazing. All the things that we wanted to do on our autoresponder, we could do in No Limit Emails UI. So it was great. And then, of course, when I took the first challenge and sent 1 million emails in 3 clicks, that gave me goosebumps. And then did it again, and then one more time, we did it again. And on the 31st day, I sent 2.1 million emails in 3 clicks. Yes, it took hours, but it was amazing just to feel that kind of power that most ordinary people, which I am the least of, get to do. And what was the question?
Yeah, question was really how easy it was, like even like obviously to just like going over the UI and easy usability of the tools. Well, it's really like what was your personal experience within the challenge itself? Kind of really not just sending an email, but actually whole kind of like
The whole
asset building
experience.
side of it, whole experience yourself experience with. And obviously you mentioned about you are shaking when you're pressing send 1 million plus emails. That's the really like kind of jam of, I don't know, you could call it feeling, you could call it like literally be able to and be empowered to actually reach out 1 million people or 2 million or 5 million people in the world under your own kind of control.
It was crazy to be able to do that. And yet the best part of the whole experience, if you're talking about the experience itself, the 0 to million challenge, the best part of the experience was the people who took the challenge with us.
Right.
Helping each other, discussing our emails, helping each other by being like an editor and looking for grammar errors and spelling errors and reminding each other to don't forget to check for those spam emails.
Yep.
Those black hole emails. Don't forget it and that sort of thing. And to encourage each other and keep each other going. That was the best part. I mean, it was great to send 1 million emails, but the best part for me was the personal interaction.
I would agree with Doug there. Yep.
I mean, like being similar, really, for me, I think like working all of us together and basically sharing daily stuff, like literally being there as like group helping and working together. It's like literally having a team that back you up. And it's been amazing, really learning kind of period for myself.
Yeah. For me too. And yet, I look back the last it's 4 years. I think it's just over 4 years. I have I am not inclined to spend this much time with people, and I have missed when, if not counting when I was on vacation and I just couldn't get on because of um, uh, internet issues. But I think I've missed 4 or 5 days in the last 4 years where I didn't interact with you guys. And
Yep.
Right.
it's just been amazing. Like, I look forward to 5 o'clock every day to hear Evan's voice on YouTube. Um, and then to get in the hangout after, and we hang out sometimes for hours. And but it's nice to know, even if we're not talking, if we're just working away, it's nice to know that there's someone right there. One click, unmute myself, and somebody and say hello, and somebody answers.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's just, it's heartwarming to know that there's someone there ready to talk if we need to talk. Never
Yeah,
seen this
absolutely.
type of thing before.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think like for me, it's also like literally having really having taken a responsibility on, and that responsibility is kind of pushing me to direction that really helps everyone to kind of do what is necessary to be done in your ends. And I
Mm-hmm.
think is, well, if you look at, if you call it experiment, so to speak, proving the system that doesn't matter who it is, where it is, should kind of do the same thing, right? And we've proven to the whole world that the group, the business model, the really like share kind of mentality, sustainability, and the security of the stuff operating on the internet. As you know, everything is so kind of difficult those days,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to stay ahead of stuff, and we proven in the most kind of really, you could call it storm of the internet times, making a system really kind of like sporting us what we're doing, and it's just been really amazing year so far. And of course, we will enter in the new year with some new UI and version 5 and many other kind of updates and upgrades coming your ways. And of course, we are not stopping here. We're just going to improve more and more, basically what we've done already. And I'm really excited for the next 5-10 years. Email will definitely be one of the most dominant channel in the world,
It's
and the
already
most
the most dominant channel in the world,
Yep.
true. I
but by
agree.
a power of 10 or more.
Well, individually is not there yet, and we try to make it individually to be part of that power.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we experiencing that. You, myself, everyone who is in no limit email, who had really had experience with no limit email. The shift is about really you and me and Barbara, like individually. Can we be in power that I can do exactly same thing as you can do and produce very, very similar results, like scientific results in essence,
Yes.
in a real world of things, like based on a what they call evidence of the work kind of society that we are part of now. One is transparency, other ones, the service provider, if it's not one of the user itself, I think it becomes a different mantra of kind of running business. And the idea is the service provider should be the servant, not like the boss, should not dictate stuff as a
Right.
servant.
And when you look at no limit emails, we actually operate by our own code of ethics
Yep.
Yep.
in here.
That
I
is.
mean, there are things I will not do. I just refuse to do. I mean, I see them do. I see other marketers doing it, but I refuse to do it because it goes against my code of ethics.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but it's not forced on me by Evan and no limit emails. That's because that's my choice. So the thing about no limit emails is you have a choice.
Yes.
Everything is about choice. So, I mean, but if I was a bad actor, I already know that I wouldn't be talking to you today because I would have had my system taken away from me because scammers and spammers and bad actors aren't in no limit emails.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's the whole idea, really, to help the legitimate people of the world to want to have that legitimacy of taking care of their own choice of really their own reputation in hand.
Yes.
And we stand by them and really protect it as well as enhance it. And
Yep.
that's really been important for myself, like
So,
physically.
right. So that actually brings up freedom, doesn't it?
That's the whole idea.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
I really believe if internet or technology is not going to give us advantage of it, some sort of freedom, at least some to some degrees,
Right.
then it's useless. This present tool.
Right.
Uh,
The whole point is that we went through school in a time where everyone was trained to be an automaton. We sat in lines, we answered to bells, we
Mm-hmm.
ate at this time, we took a pee break at that time, we had recess at this time. Time you're going to do history now, you're going to do math now, you're going to do English now, you're going to do chemistry now. We were slaves to an education system. We were trained to be slaves. Some of us didn't take the training, and I think there's probably two people in this room with me who didn't take the training.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, just a we.
Very
And
wee. Wee, wee,
yeah,
wee.
but you see, we see the world differently. We see the possibilities of what an individual can do. We see how we can help each other. We help each other to be individuals rather than helping or trying to enslave each other.
right.
And
Yep.
this goes a long, long way. So we know by what I just said who we are looking for. We're looking for people who are not hypnotized by the education system, not hypnotized by the factory assembly line mentality that we broke away from. We rejected it back in school. That's why we're not in that kind of a system right now, because we rejected it. So we know who we're looking for. All we need to do now is figure out how to find these people, because we know they're out there because we're here.
Right. We are almost coming to about an hour. Your closing remarks, ladies and gentlemen, and I personally kind of agree everything, kind of like you said about really freedom stuff. And we could not really have a system before this stuff like the way it is. And I think hopefully people will find us. We are here for them, especially if they are legitimate. And if they want to prove to the world that they are legitimate and want to be part of the really network that they could control, and there's no limit emails. And it's been amazing for me. Literally, last few years I've been using it. It's just been incredible. And now you guys having this experience, almost Doug has been in really from almost day one.
Yep.
As in sustainability, stability, and as well as really revenue sharing. Probably Doug is more qualified than most of us. So what happened really financial side of it, Doug? Did it make any change in your life or not?
Actually, it did. All I had done since the late 90s was when I realized that there was an internet and a way to have a business that was my own. I started looking online, and everyone online was basically buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And it's been that way. And so I fell into that and spent a lot of money. But since I've gotten into no limit emails, I actually stopped spending all that money. And I have actually made money since getting into no limit emails, which I hadn't done up until then, because there was not a good working business model until no limit emails, unless you were willing to work 20 hours a day, and I was unwilling. I know some people, yes, they will go unnamed.
No comment. No comment.
I know there are people who will work 20 hours a day. They have that work ethic, and I have the greatest respect for someone who can do that. I can't do that.
Well, that excites us, actually. Like, hearing that, I think is very important. That tool is useful and also financially can be viable.
Yes.
And sustainable for the user. I think that's like aim. And I'm going to send you guys in the group thing on LinkedIn a link that I set up till we actually fix the audio engine for the meet. We can meet directly after that in there. I just posted in there. And we continue a little bit more conversation. And obviously it's Sunday, you guys kind of like got a life to do as well. And what's your closing remarks? Let's start with Barbara once more.
My closing remarks is I've been in this no limit email since April, I believe. And I am 140% satisfied. Not only is the platform great, but like Doug and Evan mentioned, it's the community too. Folks will basically drop their own work, drop their own business that they have to take care of, stop, and if they see that one of the colleagues are having an issue, Chris did this for me, actually, just out of the blue. We'll say, hey, I have an idea that can help you. Let's jump on a call so I can show it to you. And my response to that was, okay, this is very weird. Why are you doing this? But it's the mentality of our community. It's what we do. And I'm really pleased that I have joined that aspect. So I offer to help wherever I can as well. So it's not just the tool itself, it's the emotional satisfaction of the community. So that's what I have to say.
Agreed. So where can people find you?
Virtual-coach.com.
Virtual-coach.com.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Barbara, for that.
Thank you.
Doug, where can people, first of all, your closing remark, and where can people find you?
My closing remarks are just a mirror of Barb's, and that is that while we have this powerful tool, but more powerful than that is the emotional connection that we have in working together and helping each other. And it just actually makes me feel good to come on every day, knowing that I might that day be able to comfort someone or help someone, or even come up with an alternate way of doing something, so that people who are on, Chris and Barb and Tom and Evan, that it ends up being a feel good time of my day. So
yeah,
you're going to find me. It'll be a little while, but I have recovered my douglashalfpenny.com domain.
Oh, yay.
I've stripped it all out because it was stolen from me. So I stole it back.
I need to hear that story at some point.
And so I'm gonna rebuild douglashalfpenny.com, because then I can be very personal and personable. I try to be personable and let people get to know me, because if it's not personal, then I don't want anything to do with it.
You do. I can vouch for it.
You heard it. If it's not personal, don't do anything with it. And no limit emails definitely is more personal.
Absolutely. It is the most personal of any business model I have ever seen.
Agreed.
Agreed, absolutely. And that being said, that concludes us this month's Masters EP episode 5, I think. And I thank you, my guest, Bar, and
Yeah.
my guest, Doug. And we will
Bye.
be hanging out on some private room somewhere on the wide web. And we will continue the conversation. And of course, the meet is on. Maybe some locations, some places you're not audible yet. We will kind of get that working. And just be patient with that. And we will make sure that fixes happen. And as do not change your system settings or anything else. Is not your audio, and maybe the system is basically is being routed in different ways, just letting you know. And once more, before we close the stream, if you want find all of us every single night after January, you can find us at No Limit Emails YouTube channel, normal main channel after that, and we will be doing 2 streams every day all the way through the next year. And come join the conversation and bring your bag of leads with you. That being said, I wish you all a happy new year and have a great year, everyone.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, Evan.
All
Bring a
right.
bag of leads.
Bag of leads. Yep. It's like it from Halloween.
Yeah.
All right. We are ending the stream on YouTube, but I did send you guys a private link from another place live.
Okay.
Okay.
And you should be able to join a conversation there with me till we actually apply that fixes to our stuff. Over there, I see you over there, and thank you so much once more. And those are getting better. I really enjoyed having conversation as we're always with you too. And thank you so much for your support. And I personally wish you, both of you who at present, merry happy new year and great growth of the year. Keep pressing that send button. And let's do a bit more than last year.
Sounds
Take
great.
care, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye from them. Goodbye from me. Till next stream, guys.
I'm trying to find it.